And the students are coming out of the stands.
I love it.
They're rushing the field. 23-17 Illinois, the final. The celebration is on. Daniels trying to unload that football. I don't know if he had it knocked out of his hand or it was deflected. Whatever it was, it went to the ground. And the Illini have sprung an upset on a Saturday night here in September.
Well, we said it, Brian. Today was a day where there were a lot of upsets, a lot of games that were close to being upsets, and the Illini were able to pull it off, did a fantastic job finishing the game, both offensively and defensively. I mean, this moment right here is amazing. This is something that, you know, as a former Illini, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm getting chills watching the students and the fans run onto the field. It's something that when you come to Illinois, these are the moments you
New Mexico State last week winning 23-16 over Southeast Missouri. It was a tight ball game, and it was a big interception by Taden Barnes with about 40 seconds left that secured that win of this football program, and they've given him the keys to the Aggies Corvette here. And just watching him in the preseason interviews at Media Day and his weekly press conference this week, he fits this team. They like him, and he's looking to do good things for this Aggie program. And same thing with Liberty head coach Jamie Chadwell in his second season. Led Liberty to the Fiesta Bowl last year and has Liberty 1-0 entering here tonight. Encourage all the fans out there to tune in and listen to us. You can post a message to us on X at LFSN Radio, and also send us a note on our Facebook video stream at LFSN Radio. The opening kickoff is presented by Relevant Law. Kicking off for New Mexico State. To our left is Abraham Montano. He is a Fresno State transfer. And last week, Montano, 5 kickoffs. They all went for touchbacks. And deep to receive for Liberty is Kylan Austin and Corey Jones.
Anyway, may be coming up on 10:30 Eastern, but there's a lot of energy on that Liberty sideline right now. Guys jumping around, ready to go.
No official return. Quarterback, the junior, Caden Salter, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Last week in the win over Campbell, 16 for 23, 242 yards, couple of touchdowns, including one of 70 yards to Trayon Sibley. Sibley lines up wide left. Reese Smith in the slot to the left. And Darius Copeland goes in motion to the left. First snap goes to Copeland, left sideline. It'll be a good screen play. And a nice play catch on the left flat by Copeland, pushed out of bounds by Keontae Glinton, one of the cornerbacks. It'll be a pickup of around 5 yards to bring up second down and make it 4. So second down and 6 on the swing play to Copeland around the left side. He had 3 catches last week. Offset eye to the right of Salter, including Von Blue and Quentin Cooley. Second down and 4 from around the 28-yard line of the Aggies. They pitch to Blue around the left side. Has a hole and tripped up at the 35, close to the stick. He was following the block of Quentin Cooley. And Sonny Apiu, one of the linebackers, makes the stop. Apiu last week with 5 tackles in the win over Southeast Missouri. So first down for Liberty after a gain of 6 here in week 2. First down and 10 from just past the Liberty 35. No score, just underway. Liberty at New Mexico State. Play action for Salter. Lines up, throws left side. Reese Smith, crossing pattern, goes out of bounds in New Mexico State territory. A gain of 18 yards to Reese Smith, who comes off a knee injury last year. Transfer from West Virginia, his first Liberty catch. A beautiful throw from Salter.
Yeah, fantastic pace here by the offense. First 2 rushing plays to set up that beautiful pass there to the sideline.
And clean pocket for Caden Salter. First down 10 from the Aggie 48. 13:25 left first quarter. No score. Snap to Salter. Hands off to Cooley up the middle. And he'll pick up around 1.5 yards. That hole right up the middle closed quick as a whole host of white-cladded Aggies surrounded him just past the 47-yard line. First guy there was Tyler Martinez, native of Albuquerque, with the stop. Last week for the Aggies, Martinez had 8 tackles. Second down and 8. Wide left goes Tyson Mobley. Smith
and Cooley
in the slot, and Cooley wide right with 3 others. Snap to Salter up the middle. Big hole. Surges ahead. Flag is out. He picks up 9 and a first down. We'll check the flag. Tackle made by Apiu again. And the flag came from the secondary. It's going to be on Liberty. That'll back him up. Flames last week, remember, flagged 11 times for 127 yards.
Yeah, possibility there. The offensive line knew that play was coming with K-Salt up the middle and just got a little too handsy.
Second down and 13, they'll call it. No score, 12:40 left. Clock stopped in the first quarter. Treyon Sibley wide to the right in his powder blue jersey. 2 receivers to the left, and Bentley Henshaw, the tight end, wing right. Shotgun for Salter, 2nd and 13. Caden gets the snap, rolls to his right on the hash. Fires it near side. Comeback route incomplete. High throw by Salter. Claps his hands as he looks downfield at Treyon Sibley. And it'll be now 3rd down and 13. Coverage made by Keontae Glinton, cornerback on the outside.
Looked like Treyon slipped coming out of that route as well and got back up, got his feet under him. But a nice play by K-Salt to throw it out of bounds. It was a safe miss.
3rd down last week. Liberty was magnificent, 9 of 14. While New Mexico State was not too shabby. Southeast Missouri's is 5 of 16 converting. This is 3rd and 13 from the Liberty 49. Opening drive of the game, no score. 2 receivers each way. Open field to the right of Salter. Smith goes in motion to the right. Snap back to Caden. On the left hash. Fires it near side. Pass going to be caught, but 5 yards short of the yard to gain. Catch made on the comeback right by Tyson Mobley. It'll be 4th down and a good 3 yards. Stop made by DeCarrick Hobbs, one of the other cornerbacks for New Mexico State.
Aggies had 6 in the box on the pass rush that time. Nice job by Liberty's offensive line, though, to give Caden time to throw that ball.
This is going to be the first 4th down conversion of the year for Liberty. A year ago, they were 52%, 11 of 21. 4th down and 3 from the Aggies 41. Snap to Salter. Throws left side, ball batted down at the line of scrimmage, and the Aggies hold. Ball batted down by Sone Apiu, one of the linebackers. Already called his name out 3 times on that drive, and the Aggies will hold on the first possession of the game.
Yeah, solid pass rush by the Aggies there. He slipped through, got his hand up just to knock that ball down.
So New Mexico State will take over at the 41. And their quarterback is Parker Awad, sophomore from Huntington Beach, California. Has a back behind him. 1 receiver right, 2 left on first down. Awad hands off up the middle, and the offensive line just pushes the pile forward for a gain of 7. Couple of light blue jerseys on the top there, including Jay Hardy getting off the pile.
Be interesting, as we mentioned at the top here, the defensive line knows that the running attack is central to the Aggies here to start with, so it'll be interesting to see if this defensive line can clog all these holes and not allow the Aggies any yardage.
New Mexico State will use a number of backs, including Seth McGowan, a transfer from Oklahoma, Mike Washington, transfer from Buffalo. 2nd down and 3 from the Aggie 48. Play action, Awad moving left, throwing downfield and incomplete. Throw it below the letters of KJ Johnson, or PJ Johnson, pardon me, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Jamar Brown had the coverage on P.J. Johnson.
Nice pass rush from the Flames there, even though Awad rolled out a little bit. That's the kind of movement that you want him with his inaccuracy of last week. That's what the Flames want to see him.
Flames want to make Awad beat them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Did not have a good game throwing the ball last week against Southeast Missouri. 3rd and 3 from the Aggie 48. No score, empty backfield. Snap to Awad. Number 15 in white throws right side out of the backfield. This is Seth McGowan, and he runs it down to the 30 on the far side numbers, where the Flames wrap him up. Jamar Brown, also Quentin Reese there on the stop. So 3rd and 3, and the Aggies convert down to the Liberty 34-yard line. They are moving right to left with 10:26 left to go in the first half. Seth McGowan is the tailback. Behind Awad, number 15 in white. He'll step up now under center. Kanan Yarrow, I backfield. Snap to Awad, handoff to McGowan, and bobbing and weaving his way down the left hash to the 29. And Jay Hardy is hurt. Liberty defensive lineman. He is on his right side. Number 4 in blue. Stop made by Taylor Jackson, who tied his career high last week with 7 tackles. So we will check and see about Jay Hardy. Flames trainer Elias Levenway is down there with a couple of other medical professionals. And there is a timeout on the field. We'll take it with him here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. 9:59 left first quarter. The Aggies are driving. No score. This is Liberty football from Van Wagner.
There's nothing like game day on Liberty Mountain.
Cooley runs to his right towards the end zone, and he's in.
Liberty Flames football is in pursuit of the Conference USA Championship. Be at Williams Stadium in Lynchburg for a game day experience like no other.
Give it to us. There it is. Light them up. Touchdown, Liberty.
See Liberty take on UTEP in a Conference USA clash this Saturday at 6 p.m. First 3,000 fans get a CUSA Championship replica ring. Tickets at lufootball.com.
AquaPros is a proud supporter of Liberty Flames athletics. AquaPros serves Lynchburg and the surrounding region with hot tubs, pools, grills, hearth items, and accessories. AquaPros carries brands including the Big Green Egg, Marquee Spas, Hearthstone and Vermont casting stoves, and more. With locations in Lynchburg, Bedford, and Roanoke, AquaPros is ready to serve you. More information on AquaPros is available by phone at 434-237-5913 or at aquapros.com.
The Journey thanks Blue Ridge Apothecary for their support. Blue Ridge Apothecary compounds personalized prescriptions to meet the needs of individual patients. They prepare medications such as bioidentical hormone replacement, skincare products, pain creams, and pet medications. Blue Ridge Apothecary is a compounding-only pharmacy located across from Towers Mall in Roanoke and can be reached through the Journey Business Directory at myjourneyfm.com or at 540-345-6480.
$9:59 left to go in the first quarter. New Mexico State and Liberty, no score. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight on this late kickoff, at least for those out on the East Coast. Got a number of people tuning in tonight on our Facebook video stream. Matthew out in the Eastern Shore of Virginia tuning in. Kevin in Pennsylvania. Rhonda in Rustburg. And Donna tuning in from Calhoun, Georgia. Liberty got into New Mexico State territory on its opening drive, had a 4th down and 3, decided to go for it at the Aggies 41, didn't get it. And now New Mexico State starting to drive a bit, JP. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 from the Liberty 29. New Mexico State moving from our right to left as you tune in. Liberty in their light blue tops, light blue bottoms, navy blue helmet. New Mexico State and all white tonight with the dark maroon numbers on their jersey. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and an empty backfield for Parker Awad. JUCO transfer last week, just 5 of 17 for 37 yards passing, and their win over Southeast Missouri. It's a 3-by-2 set. Awad throws near side, pass caught on the numbers, and racing down inside the 20 is Mike Washington, one of the backup tailbacks. He'll have a New Mexico State first down. Quentin Reese makes the stop at the 19-yard line. So a good pickup of about 8 or 9 yards on the throw to Mike Washington.
Yeah, Watt looking pretty sharp tonight so far. He's got big shoes to fill with Diego Pavia, but he's off to a good start.
Cordell Davey goes wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. That's Watkins and Donovan Fappel. First down, handoff, left side around the corner. This is going to be Washington, the transfer from Buffalo. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So gain of 6 for Mike Washington, who last year was the second leading rusher for the Bulls and played Liberty when the Flames won at Buffalo. Quentin Reese, another stop in the secondary for Liberty. Second down and 5 to go for New Mexico State at the Liberty 13, 8:50 left in the first quarter. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Washington to the left hip of Awad, number 15 in white. Snap to Awad, hands off Washington up the middle. He's pounded at the line of scrimmage by Jamar Brown. How about that big play by the linebacker from Miami? Huge stop.
Yeah, great job filling the hole. Jamar saw that coming a mile away and met him at the line of scrimmage.
We mentioned Jay Hardy went off the field with an injury. Chris Bodie is in there now at one defensive line spot. Also T.J. Bush and Bryce Dixon. Third down 5 at the 13 for the Aggies. 2 receivers each way. Shotgun for Awad. Takes the snap. Looks up the middle. He will run. Tackled by T.J. Bush at the 11. So it's going to be 4th down after a gain of 2. C.J. Bazell was also in there on the stop. And now we'll see what New Mexico State will do. It looks like they're going to go for a field goal. And they're going to bring out Abraham Montano, who kicked a 51-yarder last week. This will be from 29 yards. In his career, he is 9 for 10 inside 30 yards. Left-footed kicker. And their snapper is Charlie Eberle, while his brother George, his twin, holds it. Snap, spot, kick tumbles through the uprights, and it is good. So New Mexico State strikes first, but Liberty holds them to a field goal with 7:23 left here in the first quarter. So, yep, want to hold them to a field goal. That's exactly what Liberty did.
Yeah, solid defensive stop there by Liberty. The Aggies were driving and putting together a pretty good drive overall. So to only surrender a field goal is not a bad start.
9 plays, 47 yards for New Mexico State, who converted on that drive 1 third down. And Liberty, under Jamie Chadwell, has not played from behind much, but does here in the first quarter. Again, Liberty moving the football in that first drive. They
first series for the Flames, and again, a good mix of pass and rush. See what they've got dialed up for this second series.
Here comes the run up by Montoya, and he'll kick it in the back of the end zone once again for a touchback. So the second straight possession, Liberty will start out at its own 25-yard line. New Mexico State has a dog that picks up the kicking tee. And I'm not sure the species of the dog. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I think his name was Wave, is what somebody
Wave
local here told
me.
me.
Gotcha.
Wave doing some work tonight.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you on the radio in part by Patel and Dalrymple, offering comprehensive estate planning services. First down 10 for the 25. Liberty will shift Jacob Jenkins, a tight end to the right. Shotgun for Salter. Hands off up the middle. And a couple of yards gained there around the gap between the center and the guard by Billy Lucas. Stop made by Cale Edwards, transfer out of Montana, defensive lineman. Billy Lucas last week, really good ball game. 17 carries, 78 yards rushing. Caught a couple of balls out of the backfield. Liberty's 41-24 win over Campbell. Von Blue will go wide to the right. Second out and 8 for Liberty. Down 3-0. 6:45 to play in the first quarter. 3 receivers left. Von Blue goes in motion. Snap to Salter. Keeps it himself, and Salter cannot escape the backfield. Von Blue got the fake handoff, and New Mexico State stayed at home in the interior, and nothing doing there for Caden Salter. Stop made by Nick Session, one of the safeties for New Mexico State. Now, the Aggies feel really good about this ball game because they've got Joe Morris, former defensive coordinator at Sam Houston, that held Liberty to a season-low 21 points last year. But Liberty won the game. 3rd and 8 from the 27. Salter in the pocket, under pressure, throws it away, and Liberty will have to punt on 3rd down and 8. Really good possession there defensively for New Mexico State. Nothing doing for Liberty.
Yeah, not bad pocket protection again. Caden did a nice job of feeling that pressure coming in on his left side, stepped up and threw it away safely.
Max Morgan only punted one time last week, and it was a good one. It went for 41 yards. Jordan Smith, a senior from Slidell, Louisiana, set to receive the punt around his own 30-yard line. Snap back to Morgan, and a right-footed punter. A wobbly spiral, fair catch called for at the 36. A 64-yard pitch and catch on a screen play. Liberty's down 9-0.
Yeah, fantastic play there, and blocks ahead of Watkins at 5'11", 195. He just flew down the Flames sideline for the touchdown.
Abraham Montoya is back out for the extra point. And this is exactly the start the Aggies wanted at home, and not so much for Liberty. That goes without saying. There's the kick on the way with the left foot of Abraham Montoya, and it is good. 64 yards to Watkins. Junior transfer out of TCU. Last year was their 3rd leading rusher, and they set him up on a screenplay, and he was not even touched down the far sideline. So now Liberty down 10-0. And just got settled down. That's the name of the game right now.
Yeah, looked to be the body language over there in the offensive huddle before they, or the special teams huddle before they took the field here, maybe trying to get a kick if they can field one, if it doesn't go out of the back of the end zone for the Aggies.
Abraham Montoya set to kick off for the 3rd time in the first quarter. New Mexico State won the toss, deferred to the second half. Kylan Austin and Corey Jones set to receive. Down to our left. Here's Montoya again. A little helicopter spin on this one. Once again in the back of the end zone. So Liberty from the Flames 25 again for the 3rd straight possession. And you can just hear the PA announcers helping the energy, the cowbells. Really good crowd on hand here. Students back behind the Liberty bench, similar to what the visitors at Williams Stadium get to feel when they come to Liberty.
And you know, when you're on the road, you got to bring your own energy, right?
Yep. Aaron Fenimore over the football, number 61, a redshirt freshman. We'll snap it back to Salter, offset eye to the right. Salter, play action between the hashes, home run ball down the middle. Sibley there, over the shoulder catch at the 20, inside the 15. They've done it again. Salter to Sibley, and Trayon flexing at the 10-yard line. That one traversed most of the field. Holy smokes, Liberty's got it at the Aggie 12-yard line.
Lots of beautiful things right in play there. The great pass from K-Salt to Sibley. Hit him literally in stride, AY. Didn't even have to slow down.
Josiah Charles stopping the touchdown. Flames down 10-0, but driving here. Play 2 at the Aggie 12. South end zone to our right. Von Blue to the right of Salter. Caden the snap. Von Blue the feed right up the gut. Picks up a couple inside the left hash. Stop made on the interior by Ncaaf Fahinu. Transfer from UNLV. So Von Blue with a gain of a couple there. Flames will Send Dante Lee Jr., Tyson Mobley to the left. Split backs now to the left and right of Salter. 4 on the defensive line for the Aggies. Liberty down 10-0, but at the Aggie 10. Second down 8. Play action. Salter throws over the middle, and a flag is out. It was intended for Bentley Hanshaw right in the middle of the maroon end zone, and he was bumped on the play by DeMarcus Crosby.
Yeah, easy call for the official. Crosby got there a little bit early. You could see that up here without the binoculars.
And basically because that happened with the ball between the 17 and 2, and it happened in the end zone, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line on that pass interference.
It's a big penalty against the Aggies.
Huge penalty. First down and goal now for Liberty at the 2. And this is a great answer for Liberty. That throw to Trayon Sibley really got the Flames going here. Snap to Caden. Play action, rolls left. Stops on the hash, trying to get to the 1, and he cannot. Really good pursuit on that defensive right as Caden tried to sweep it around the left side. Tyler Martinez, junior linebacker, kind of spied him that time, and no gain on the play.
Had a little late-minute substitution confusion there from the Aggies on defense. Thought the Flames might have been able to punch it in with that.
Second down and goal from the 2. End zone down to our right. Quint Cooley to the left of Salter. Jenkins goes in motion to the right. Snap to Caden. Play action, rolls left, pumps it at the 5. Caden is pushed out of bounds at the 6. Similar play the Flames scored with Hanshaw last week, leaking him to the flat. That was on film, and the Aggies once again stayed at home and really played that one well. Martinez on the pressure. It's now 3rd and goal from the Aggies 6-yard line.
Boy, and the Aggies fans are really letting the Flames hear about it now.
3rd and goal from the 6. Flames moving down to our right. Salter shotgun. Cooley to his left. 1 receiver to the right, 3 bunts to the left, and a timeout by New Mexico State. So that'll be their first timeout here in the first half. 3:01 left in the half, or the first quarter. 10-0 New Mexico State. Aggies got a 64-yard screen play to Monte Watkins. Extra point was good. Liberty on first down, Caden Salter found Trayon Sibley for a 63-yard pass inside the 15. Trayon last week with a 70-yard touchdown reception in Liberty's 41-24 win over Campbell. You know, a lot has been made, fellas, of this late start. 8:30 local, or 8:20, I guess it was, local start. Liberty's time clock. They've been working on this all fall camp. They're a morning practice team. But I can't count how many times they practiced, numerous times, afternoon, early evening. Last night when we landed, they even went out to a local high school at 9 o'clock last night. Got a good walkthrough in to mimic the start here tonight.
I think, too, you know, we talk a lot about that, AY. That's an important storyline for this. But at the same time, you know, once the ball snapped and those first couple of hits start coming in, the guys are ready to roll. Just a matter of fine-tuning a couple things. And, you know, when you're so close to the end zone here in the red zone like this, we talked about this last week, the playbook gets so much smaller. It feels like, hey, why can't you just punch it in? Well, your playbook goes in half, probably.
And again, New Mexico State, under new head coach Tony Sanchez, he was the wide receivers coach the last 2 seasons here under Jerry Kill. Kill now an advisory role at Vanderbilt. So Tony Sanchez hired Joe Morris as his defensive coordinator. And again, the talk this week was how good they felt because Joe Morris did a great job of defending Liberty, and it was a Kobe Singleton knockaway in that south end zone at Williams Stadium that helped preserve Liberty for the 21-16 win. And the one thing Jamie Chadwell said in this week leading up to this game was about the job that Sam Houston did defensively on Caden Salter. And they spied him. They kind of like in basketball, like a box and one where you have just one player following a particular player. A spy, basically you just shadow a player. And they've done a lot of that here tonight. We've talked about staying home, meaning you don't bite on fakes, play action, and you just focus on the quarterback. And they've done that a couple of times here inside the 10-yard line. It's now 3rd down and goal from the Aggies 6. Liberty down 10-0. And the Flames will come out. Elijah Canyon wide to the right. He is 6'5". He's the guy they want to focus in on the end zone here. So we'll see if they target him. Triangle set of receivers to the left. Quentin Cooley to the left of Salter. 3rd down and goal from the 6. Snap to Caden. Looks to his right. Throws it back right corner and overthrows Canyon. He had a step on his defender. He took him inside towards the goalpost and stopped and went back to the sideline. He was open, and Caden just missed him.
So we got some flags here at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, there are flags. Keontae Glinton had the coverage for New Mexico State. So penalty on Liberty after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty will back Liberty up to the 21-yard line. And Colin Carhue now will kick a 39-yard field goal. Last week he was 2 of 3, a long of 34. His career long is 54 at North Greenville. This will be from 39 yards out on the left hash. Ryan Manis will snap it. Max Morgan will hold it. Snap back, ball down. Kick has plenty of leg, and it is good from 39 yards out for Colin Carhue. Liberty's on the board here with 2:53 left to go in the first quarter. So the Flames get some points. That was important after going down 10-0. And again, the big play, the 63-yard throw to Trayon Sibley to get the Flames inside the Earth right Mid-Atlantic red zone. But on 3rd down and goal to 6, Caden Salter could not connect with Elijah Canyon.
You mentioned, AY, that route. Canyon ran a great route back to the inside. He kind of planted and rolled out back to that right front pylon, and just a little bit too much pressure. K-Salt overthrew him.
But important to get points nonetheless. Max Morgan will kick it off for Liberty. Monte Watkins deep to receive along with Mike Washington. Last week, Watkins averaged 24 yards per kick return, while Liberty had 2 kicks go out of bounds, 2 of their 11 penalties. Here comes the run up by Max. Puts his right foot into it. Deep end over end. And it'll be into the end zone right beside the W of new stitched in white. And from the 25, New Mexico State.
This 4,000 feet of elevation allows your kicking game to go a little farther,
yes,
and your golf game as well.
All right, this is the worst field position for New Mexico State. They've had a drive start at the 41 and at its own 36. This will be from the 25. And Parker Awad, number 15, and White in the shotgun. Snap to him. He'll take it himself on the quarterback run. Chase from behind. And C.J. Bazell coming from that defensive left. That was Joe Carter, linebacker, pardon me.
Yeah, if you're Liberty's defense here, I think you're really hoping for a 3 and out, sort of retake this momentum that we've been talking about and get the ball back to the offense.
Aggies quickly to the line, 2nd down and 7 from the New Mexico State 28. Open field to the right for a wad, number 15 in white. Snap to him, and he'll hand off up the middle to Washington. What a run, and he got popped by Dexter Ricks, but a huge hole, and a flag is out. Personal foul on Liberty. Hands to the face. Jamie Chadwell talked about wanting to move past some of the personal foul penalties from last week. We've had a couple of them here in this first quarter. 2:12 left. That'll tack on 15. On to the run by Washington, and he looked real fresh on that handoff.
Yeah, Washington's a low, too. 6'2", 215. It's a tough tackle.
Hit that hole quick. Double stack receivers each way. At the Liberty 40. Option to the right, Washington. To the corner. Cannot get to the corner. Powell driven down by Joe Carter. Liberty's captain on defense. Stretching that one out to his left. Gain of 1 on the play. Nice job by Joe Carter.
Yeah, Joe was not fooled on that. Was right with him step by step.
Backup defensive lineman Mike Jarvis, transfer from Wisconsin, is in the ball game. Flames losing Jay Hardy a couple of series ago. 2nd down and 9 from the Liberty 39-yard line. Snap to a wad. Hand off to Washington up the middle. He's going nowhere. A number of blue jerseys. Elite Naren, backup D lineman, is there. No gain to bring up 3rd down. No, give him a gain of 1. It was close. 3rd down and 8 now. New Mexico State leads at 10-3. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Wide to the right goes Cordell David. 2 receivers to the left, including T.J. Pride, freshman from Midlothian, Texas. 3rd down and 8 from the Liberty 38. Play action, Awad being chased. Hit as he throws downfield, and a catch going out of bounds at the 27 by T.J. Pride. We just mentioned him, true freshman. Awad stood there in the pocket, delivered a dart to the left sideline at the 27-yard line. So a gain of 19. Rhineland Green popped Pride out of bounds, but not before the 1st down.
Great pursuit by Bryce Dixon, too, to pressure Awad in that throw.
1st down 10 now from the Liberty 27. Aggies lead 10-3. Handoff Washington up the middle. Chase from behind on the near left hash by C.J. Bazell. Picked up 5 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 5. 10-3 New Mexico State. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter, and they're just going to let this one drain down to 0. So we will flip-flop the side of the field here in Las Cruces. Our score, New Mexico State 10, Liberty 3. We're at the 1st and 2nd quarter break here at New Mexico State. And our quarter break is brought to you by the Good Feet Store. We'll take a timeout. This is Liberty Football from